Today's video is brought to you by ExpressVPN. I've been using ExpressVPN and it allows me to have a private and secure internet experience. Do you ever wonder why you go on your favorite social media app and they have ads targeting things you looked at on other websites? Do you ever want to watch HD or 4K content on Netflix and YouTube and you can't even stream it at 720p? That's because your ISP is throttling you. And with ExpressVPN, you could actually circumvent that and get the internet experience that you deserve. And as you see here, connecting to ExpressVPN is as simple as pressing a power button, and just a few moments later, you are browsing the web in a safe, fast, and secure manner. I use ExpressVPN because I'm a content creator and keeping my IP address private is crucial. ExpressVPN is less than $7 a month and comes with a full 30-day money-back guarantee. And you could get an extra 3 months free by visiting expressvpn.com/RTU. Again, that's expressvpn.com/RTU, and when you use my code, you get an extra 3 months of this awesome VPN for free. So shout out to all of you on Twitter for letting me know what was going on with Activision Blizzard and Hearthstone professional player Blitz Chong, because it's outrageous and it needs to be discussed. Let's get into it. Skip it up and that up. So I also have to give a shout out to Yang Ye. I got a lot of this information from his video. It has kept me in the loop, and I'll have a link to his video below in the description. I got a lot of the information from him. I'm a subscriber of his. He does excellent videos, and if it wasn't for his video, it would be tough to get a lot of this info together. So thank you very much, Yang. And I just want to make sure I give credit where credit's due. But thank you to all of you for making me even aware as to what was going on, because I've been busy capturing footage for my iPhone 11 Pro review, which is going up soon. Don't want to give a day yet because I still got a lot to do right after I record this, but I wanted to make sure I got this video out there because it was too important to talk about. So there are protests going on in Hong Kong, and I'm not going to go too much into detail because I also don't want to completely turn this video into politics, but this is from BBC News, the story in 100 words as to what's going on in Hong Kong. Hong Kong protests started in June against proposals to allow extradition to mainland China. Critics fear this can undermine the city's judicial independence and endanger dissidents. A former British colony, Hong Kong has some autonomy and more rights than the mainland under a one-country, two-systems deal. City leader Carrie Lam agreed to suspend the bill, but demonstrations continued and developed to include demands for full democracy and an inquiry into police actions. The bill was fully withdrawn in September. Clashes between police and activists have been becoming increasingly, with police using tear gas and activists storming parliament. So basically, there you go. In a nutshell, Hong Kong wants to keep their independence from mainland China because China is a communist country, and they have like a social tier system, which I've talked about before, where if they think you're talking bad about the Chinese government, they can knock you down on the social tier, and you won't be able to go on airplanes or get certain jobs, so on and so forth. It's really like Orwellian, like real Orwellian crap going on there. So anyway, what does this have to do with a Hearthstone esports player? Well, during a post-game interview, Blitz Chong was being interviewed by two broadcasters, and he had this to say. It's in Mandarin. I'll tell you what he said afterwards. Take a look.
你就讲完那8个字，然后打波我们就结束，我们就什么也都不要聊了。然后你随时可以开始，头先低下来。
光复香港，时代革命。
导播可以切回来了。
好，导播谢谢，
谢谢，好，可以了，这样可以吧？嗯，好，我聪哥，我们会进破口吗？这防会不会太短？我觉得这样就够了啦，我觉得其他东西也不用。
Now, from what I've gathered, I don't speak Mandarin. Blitz Chong said, "Liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our age," and the two casters who ducked down towards the end of the video, from what I've also gathered, were in on it. They weren't just innocent bystanders. They wanted him to say it. And I guess they pretended like, oh my God, I can't believe he just said that about China. Oh no. So they got in trouble for that as well. Now, his statement seems harmless. And from what I've gathered with what's going on in Hong Kong, I agree with the people there. You know, mainland China, it's not a pretty place to live in terms of their government, man. They really have the control of their people, and Hong Kong wants nothing to do with it. And it wasn't like Blitzchung was trying to get people over there to do something against police, so on and so forth. He was just saying, I want to see Hong Kong keep its freedoms. That's it. That's all he said. And because of that, he actually had to take back the prize money he won during a Hearthstone competition. He had to give that $10,000 back, and he's suspended for playing for a year because Activision Blizzard is afraid of the Chinese government, and they know there's a lot of money to be made over there. And why actually be ethical when there's profit to be made? The poor guy did nothing wrong and he's being punished for it. It's absolutely unbelievable. And again, the casters actually wanted Blitzchung to say this. That's why they got fired. So there was some mix-up on that where they had no idea what was going on, and that made Blizzard seem even worse because it's like these guys had no idea what was going on, but they did know. Do I think they should have been fired either? No, I don't, but I want the whole story out there. And also Daryl Morey, who is the general manager of the Houston Rockets. He actually showed his support for Hong Kong as well. And man, oh man, were his Chinese overlords not happy. The NBA makes tons of money from China, and when Daryl actually posted his support for Hong Kong, the NBA was not happy with him, and he cowardly had to rescind what he said, and this is what he said on Twitter. I did not intend my tweet to cause any offense to Rockets fans and friends of mine in China. I was merely voicing one thought based on one interpretation. So he's even like I agree with the Hong Kong protests. Oh well. Like he's even like pretending like he's I was wrong, I didn't understand them. Oh my god, it's so sad. Of one complicated event. I have had a lot of opportunities since that tweet to hear and consider other perspectives. Basically saying I'm changing my opinion because we make way too much money over there. I have always appreciated the significant support of our Chinese fans and sponsors have provided, and I would hope that those who are upset will know that offending or misunderstanding them was not my intention. My tweets are my own and in no way represent the Rockets or the NBA. That's so scary that someone in the United States had to basically bow down to China. Do you see how, if that doesn't freak you out, I don't know. Money is too powerful, man. Money is way too powerful. But anyway, let's read Blizzard's Hearthstone Grandmasters Asia Pacific ruling. This is about Blitzchung, and this is why they chose to suspend him for a year and take back his money, his prize earnings. You son of a bitches. Anyway, during the Asia Pacific Grandmasters broadcast over the weekend, there was a competition rule violation during a post-match interview, aka we make too much money in China and we don't want to lose that money, so we're going to bow down to them, involving Blitzchung and two casters, which resulted in the removal of the match video-on-demand replay. Upon further review, we have found the action has violated the 2019 Hearthstone Grandmasters Official Competition Rules Section 6.1 and is individual behavior which does not represent Blizzard or Hearthstone esports is found below. Doesn't represent you people wanting people to have freedom? Wanting people not be able to be extradited to mainland China so they're not ruled by their iron fist. Oh, anyway, this is the rule that I guess Blitzchung violated, engaging in any act in Blizzard's sole discretion. So it's a bendable, pliable rule when they say sole discretion. So they didn't have to do this. Okay, brings you into public disrepute, offends a portion or a group of the public, or otherwise damages Blizzard's image, will result in removal from Grandmasters and reduction of the player's prize total to $0, in addition to other remedies which may be provided from under the handbook and Blizzard's website terms. And I'm reading one more paragraph, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Effective immediately, Blitzchung is removed from Grandmasters and will receive no prizing for Grandmaster Season 2. Additionally, Blitzchung is ineligible to participate in Hearthstone esports for 12 months beginning from October 5th, 2019 and extending to October 5th, 2020. We will also immediately cease working with both casters. The guy did nothing wrong. He just wants Hong Kong to keep their rights. He didn't tell people to go into the streets and go crazy. He didn't tell anybody to do anything. And here is a company they're like, who cares about morality? Who cares about the rights of people in Hong Kong? We just want to keep China because it's billions upon billions of dollars are over there. Screw this guy. He's not worth enough. That's what they're saying. And this is what bothers me about corporations is if they have whether it be a small-time YouTuber or whatever, or a small-time esports, I'm not saying Blitzchung is small-time, but if they have an esports player that they're just not worth enough, they will dump them like a log of shit into a toilet faster than like this. But if someone is a proven horrible person, which I'm just about to prove to you, they could still get sponsors. So the moral compass it's not about morality. It's about, okay, they sit down in a board meeting. They're like, okay, XYZ celebrity, esports player, blah, 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 blah. They did this and this and this. How much of a following do they have? How much profit can we make from them? Should we drop them or should we keep them? That's all it is. And if they see that you're still profitable, you could be a terrible person. Terrible person. You could be a convict. And they'll still, all right, throw dollars at him. He'll still make enough money. Who cares if this small group is pissed, okay? Let's go into Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is a convicted domestic abuser. You would think, whoa, man, this happened in 2012. He did a couple months in jail. You would think, man, oh man, this guy can't get any sponsors, right? Come on, man. Come on. Of course he can. Of course he can. Now keep in mind, he did time, Mayweather, in 2012. Domestic abuse, especially nowadays, man. Whew, you are like a leper. But Floyd Mayweather makes every fight he does, man. He makes too much money. Burger King in 2015 had the King, their mascot, walk out with Floyd Mayweather. Paid $1 million to have the King walk out for a promotion. The article is below in the description if you think I'm crazy. Let's keep going. That's one of Mayweather's sponsors. The next one is Tecate Beer in 2015. Again, we know that Mayweather is not a good dude. Tecate Beer paid an incredible $5.6 million to become the exclusive beer of the event as well as its official sponsor. If you remember the fight, Tecate logo was plastered on almost every surface possible, including the center of the mat and the ring card girls. But you see, though, how the moral compass just goes back and forth. Floyd Mayweather is a piece of crap. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter, but as a person, he's terrible. But there's still I'm not saying yes, corporations have stopped being sponsors of his, so on and so forth, but there's still big ones out there willing to work with him. They don't have a problem. Who cares what his past was? Who cares how crappy of a dude Mayweather is? There's money to be made. We don't have them. Our morality is only about the dollars. We pretend we're a corporation. We pretend to be moral if it'll appease the general public to make sure we keep making money. That's all they care about. Now, obviously, there's extreme exceptions to this rule, like Jared Fogle for Subway. Yeah, do I think that Subway should take it back when he gets out? No, I think, as a matter of fact, that piece of garbage should have had a life sentence after what he did. Obviously there's exceptions, and I'm not saying that no matter what someone does, they should always be supported. He's a horrible, horrible person, and Jared Fogle should be thrown away, and he should be locked up for the rest of his life and just have food thrown through the bars. But what did this guy Blitzchung really do? Blizzard, what did he do? He wants to see Hong Kong maintain their freedom from China so they don't go under complete communist rule? He said nothing terrible. He said nothing bad. And you're cowering because you don't want the Chinese government kicking you out because you see dollar signs there. And it's absolutely disgusting. And what scares me is how much power a government can have and how much influence money has. I've known this before. I'm not naive. But we can't just let things like this slide. I know I'm not the first to the party on this story, but it scares the hell out of me. It absolutely does. And Blizzard and Activision should be ashamed of themselves, and I'm glad they're seeing the backlash because of this. Because bowing down to totalitarian governments like China simply because you want to make a buck makes you look like spineless, greedy cowards. And I'm so happy people are paying attention to this. You should be ashamed of yourselves, Blizzard. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.